I've been watching that show Doug recently. It's that old cartoon, Nickelodeon, Disney, that whole thing. I never really watched it when it was on, but it's recently become my like new breakfast cartoon. Anyway, I was instantly drawn to the music by the fictional band that occasionally appears in the show. I've always had a bit of a tendency to gravitate towards fictional bands and like movies and shows. Maybe it's partially because the entirety of the band's output is quite limited. All the quality is like limited to like a few songs that are made for like a very specific purpose. And there's also the idea that like it can distill a particular style without needing to like wander or experiment. You know, I mean, this is like somewhat related, but I remember that Devo actually said that Weird Al's style parody of their work, "Dare to Be Stupid," was the best Devo song. And I loved that song before I even knew what Devo was. Anyway, I think that does a bit to reinforce my thinking here. I don't know. Anyway, the band in Doug is called the Beets, and they're basically what the Beatles would have been if they'd formed in like the alternative rock scene of the early 90s or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I often get disappointed because I can't find, fictional music on iTunes. And I didn't even bother to search for them for the first 2 weeks at least. But then I just did a few days ago. And I found them. I found a few songs by them. And it's good stuff, man. I don't know what prompted that, but it worked out. The other thing I noticed about Doug, and I don't know, maybe someone else has realized this, but like, does it occur to you? Like the main cast, it really reminds me of the characters from Archie. You know, you have the like generic everyman protagonist in the form of Doug. You have his best friend with an eccentric outlook and a weird nickname. You know, Skeeter, Jughead. And then you have the bully who probably wears a leather jacket. Roger, Reggie. Their names are even pretty similar. And I know that Reggie was always a rich kid, but like midway through the series, Roger came into a lot of wealth, and it stuck. Yeah, I don't know. These are like fairly common archetypes, but like just the dynamics between them seemed very reminiscent of the whole Archie gang. And even Mr. Weatherby and Mr. Bone could conceivably get along quite well. I don't know. They're not that similar outside of their methods for managing students, but there you go.